What's up, guys? My name is Rob. Welcome back to Rule of Two Review, and today, Miyamoto confirms Starfox playable at E3. So this is news that we all kind of knew to expect, but it was still really exciting and made me jump for joy as soon as I actually heard the official confirmation of it. In an article posted by Polygon today, it was confirmed via an interview that Miyamoto recently conducted with famous YouTube user Smosh Games that Starfox Wii U will not only be present at E3 this year, but will actually be playable. And that makes sense for a couple of reasons. The biggest is because it sounds like the game is supposed to come out really soon, or relatively soon, all things considered. The game was only first announced last E3 2014, which was in June, and at that time it wasn't even in the kind of state that they wanted to show any of the gameplay or any of what the game looked like or played like to the public. They talked about it. A couple of high-profile journalists got to see the game behind closed doors, discuss it. There was a great interview with Reggie on IGN where they asked him a little bit about it, and Jose Otero got to kind of talk about what he saw when he played it. And it sounds like it's a really cool concept, but again, it was really not in great shape. People have been thinking that they're waiting to get an actual developer on this game, and Nintendo would end up really publishing it with Miyamoto kind of pseudo-directing. And then, of course, we all know the very famous trailer that played for the new Zelda last month at the Game Awards, where Miyamoto managed to sneak in the fact that Star Fox is still on schedule to release in 2015 and, in fact, come out before Zelda. And it seems all but obvious Zelda would be the November game for this year, so where does that leave Star Fox? Pretty soon. I think it's going to be the end of summer kind of fall time. I could see it being August or, September, kind of, a couple months or so before Zelda. And so, in short, there's still been a lot of rumor and speculation about the game simply because we haven't seen it and we haven't known if they've picked a developer for it, if they even are picking a third-party developer. And so, when we got this confirmation today that, hey, it's going to be definitely playable at E3, that's good to hear. It basically just lets us know, even though it seems like the game might be really far off and how are they going to get its release in time, hey, it's finally going to be playable. I'm sure we're going to see a trailer. We're going to see lots of gameplay. People on the show floor are going to be able to play it, get their hands on it, discuss it. It's going to be really cool, and Miyamoto was very vocal about the fact that one of the purposes of this new Star Fox not only is to reinvigorate the brand and the character and bring it back so people can get excited about it again, which, by the way, I super freaking am because I love Star Fox. It's also trying to show a more unique, I think, high-profile AAA production use of the gamepad. I think they're trying to bring people back to the idea and the concept of why the gamepad matters, why it's great. I think it's wonderful, and I think that they're going to take this very anticipated game. I mean, this is a game, for all things considered, you can say people have been waiting for over 10 years since the last console Star Fox game, which was 2004's Star Fox Assault on the GameCube. We haven't seen a Star Fox game on a console since then. We saw a 3DS remake of Star Fox 64, and we saw the original DS get Star Fox Command, which was an okay half-strategy, half-shooter kind of game. But neither of those are like a true successor, a true next-gen Star Fox R-Wing combat kind of game, which this is going to be. And they're going to take this game that everybody wants to play and is excited about and make it, I think, very reliant in a good way on the gamepad. And it's going to make the game better than it could have been without it, hopefully. And if anything, help a lot of people see, man, the gamepad, when used right, is a wonderful way to play a game, even a fast-paced shooting action kind of game like a Star Fox game. So I think that is one of the coolest things about this game. It's one of the most exciting aspects to me. And I'm really curious to see what's going on with the game once we finally see the playable version of it at E3 this year. You have to think that as far as the visuals, the gameplay design, the usage of the gamepad I was just talking about, it's probably going to be in pretty close to final state. It's probably going to look pretty close to the actual game that will be releasing at some point after that, because it's still going to be coming out this year unless they change that, and I don't think they will at this point. We're going to get a really good idea of what this game is supposed to be like and what it's supposed to look like and play like. And that's the purpose. And, long story short, I just wanted to make this super quick update and discuss the fact that I'm really excited to hear this. I want to hear what you guys think and what we're going to see out of this. I think it's going to be one of the biggest titles of the year and definitely one of the biggest titles on the Wii U and for Nintendo. The return of Star Fox is a great thing. I do also have to say, and I touched on this a little bit here, but I do have to reiterate that I honestly kind of feel like we might be looking at a situation where they're not trying to get a different developer for this game. The fact that it seems to have had a shorter life cycle than anticipated, just based on the time that it was announced and the fact that it was barely in playable form at that time. I mean, this game has probably been in development for, by the time it releases, 2.5 years maybe, which is pretty short for this kind of high-profile experience. And I feel like we would have probably already had a company known, announced who was going to be working on this game in collaboration with Nintendo, the way Platinum Games was with Bayonetta and stuff. And a lot of people think Platinum Games or Retro Studios, working on this, or maybe they would get another team like Team Ninja or something, or, who knows. And that was a good idea. And for a while I was on that bandwagon. I was like, yeah, they probably would do that. And that'd be great because I'd love to see another company's take on Starfox. But I really just think that it's Miyamoto and it's his team and it's Nintendo alone working on this game. And that's probably the best thing possible for the game anyway. It's Miyamoto's baby. It's his pet project and it's one of his oldest franchises. And I think that they're going to bring it back to great form. And he knows why the gamepad is awesome. I'm sure it was the brainchild of Miyamoto just to include the gamepad. And so he's already got a pretty good idea, I'm sure, of how to make this game awesome with or without the gamepad on the Wii U. Make it the Star Fox game people have been wanting for a long time. So it's great to hear the news that it's going to be playable. Again, what do you guys think? How excited for this game are you? How not excited are you? Do you think that it's, closer to being released and that this is good news for the 2015 release date? Do you still expect to have a third-party developer announced as attached to this game? I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts. Thanks as always for tuning in. Please feel free to subscribe to Rule of 2 Review, share your comments and your thoughts about Star Fox below, and thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys on the next video for Rule of 2 Review.